If you saw my latest short, you know I asked you to drop your favorite Blue Lock player. The results are in, and it looks like Bachira and Michael took the lead. But here's the twist. Before I even saw your comments, I was already working on a video about Nagi, so sit back and enjoy this one. And don't worry, next up is Bachira since he got the most votes. Your comments mean a lot to me, so keep them coming. Isagi, Rin, Nagi, or Shidu. If I asked you who the coolest Blue Lock character is, most of you would probably hesitate. Nagi and Shidu are nearly neck and neck when it comes to style and presence. I can't pick just one either. That's why in this video, I'm diving deep into the untold story of Nagi. And by the end, you might see him in an entirely new light. And don't worry, the next video, it's all about Shidu. Without any doubt, Nagi is one of the best and coolest character in Blue Lock. But what made Nagi so cool and why we love Nagi so much? This is because of his personality. But there is one more thing that link up with Nagi's personality and make him coolest character, and that thing is his abilities and skills. Skills play a crucial role in Nagi personality. Suppose Nagi in a football stadium in a match with Japan U20, and when he got ball he can't goal in that way as he does in anime. Then Nagi just feels like a normal guy, I think. Below normal, because then he win a score, that's why skill play a critical role. But do you know true personality of Nagi? I think no. Let's dive in Nagi personality and know him better. Before I talk about his personality, I found Nagi's birth date. His birthday is on May 6th. Nagi is a very lazy and unmotivated person with an outstanding aptitude for football. He's unnaturally talented, with amazing reflexes, good speed, and jumping skills that we already saw in different match of Nagi how he control a ball. But we Aslo know that he has no interest in going pro or even playing at all at first before meeting with Rio. As long as he can get a decent job and keep living a lax life. Do you know where he was living before coming to Blue Lock? He lives by himself in an apartment his parents pay for with only a pet cactus for company. He was shown to have no friends in high school before meeting Rio, and he frequently got gossiped. We know what happened when someone challenged Nagi. Nagi shows that he can become motivated if he's challenged. Upon entering Blue Lock, he encounters players who get him invested in the game to the point that he's willing to make strategies of his own and go against Rio, whom he otherwise obeys, just so he can do as little thinking as possible. Nagi also has a bold side to himself that comes out around Baro the most often, due to an early rivalry that started with him calling him Rio's slave. He often antagonizes him and gets in his face when his arrogance irritates him, something very few characters are willing to do, given how intimidating Baro can be. But when he wants to play, he demonstrates a deep sense of teamwork and can synergize with many players, Rio and Isagi in particular. Although Nagi comes off as an apathetic person, he is a reliable player who has some of the most unpredictable moves on the field. Perhaps Gagamaru only rivals him in terms of creativity. After playing against Team Z at the end of the first selection and experiencing his first ever loss, Nagi starts to take more initiative and deal with the frustration of losing. He finally starts to have motivation and is willing to explore these feelings alone if necessary. And this only happens because he notices that his friend and teammate Reo Mikage seems to be at a loss against Team Z. Despite his initially indifferent exterior, Nagi strives to improve his soccer skills as a result of his team's loss to Yoichi Isagi. Nagi tends to clash with people he doesn't like. When he meets Baro after Nagi and Isagi's loss to Rinatoshi, they immediately begin to argue and provoke each other, competing in the field about who's the best of both, challenging frequently in a 1-versus-1, giving each other insults and even fighting for who will have the single bed in a room for teams of 3 members. This was all about his personality, but it's better to know his abilities. In football, being in control of the ball is of significant importance to every level of player. The ability to control an awkward bouncing ball quickly and effectively gives the player with the ball an immediate advantage. The first touch is often the difference between success and failure in most situations during the match. And we know how much perfect is Nagi in controlling ball. He is so good in it that he shocked everyone when he goal against Japan U20 national team. And when everyone are shocked and in silent and said something like, "I should not show myself," this is why we like Nagi so much. He constantly scores high-level shots, especially in unfavorable positions, when under pressure from tough opponents. One of his most impressive feats was when he performed a fake volley shot. His ability to control the ball is only rivaled by Rinatoshi and Tabito Karasu, and is one of the few things that escapes Rin's logic. Because of his natural sense for controlling the ball with his own body, Nagi is a truly prodigal talent, being one of the top players in BlueLock, despite only having recently started playing football shortly before the program. After undergoing analysis by Chris Prince, Nagi understands the fundamentals of his ball control and has become more refined. Even before BlueLock, Nagi had exceptional trapping ability, being able to trap a cell phone in midair while jumping down a flight of stairs. This feat was so impressive that Rio immediately recognized his talent for football and decided to make him his partner. He can trap with his entire body with deadly efficiency, constantly finding ways to turn a dire situation into something favorable. Nagi has trapped the ball using his toes, heels, and even his back, demonstrating the versatility of his trapping. He can trap virtually any object, and he often uses his trapping to manipulate and confuse his opponents when making a run down the field, which combines with his spatial awareness to place himself at the best point possible for amazing traps and follow-up shots. After training in the Neo-Egoist League, Nagi's trapping has evolved, with him being able to trap while two defenders pressure him and trap a high-power close pass while moving at great speeds. Flow, as Ego describes it, is the state of total immersion or being in the zone. It is the mental state in which a person performing some activity is fully immersed in a feeling of energized focus, full involvement, and enjoyment in the process of the activity. Nagi has entered flow state numerous times in BlueLock, sometimes intentionally and other times unintentionally, but he has yet to master it. His most impressive feat in flow state was the fake volley shot. Nagi has a very close relationship with Reo. He was Nagi's first friend, and they promised to win the World Cup together after their first meeting. Reo often gave Nagi rides on his back to carry him around, in an effort to make sure Nagi had to work as little as possible. This friendship is looking too awesome, but we know that where they are now, they are separated now from each other. If you want a video on relationship between Nagi and Reo, like and subscribe. I will tell you why Nagi leave Rio, but for now I'm telling this story before they entered in BlueLock. Nagi was not enthusiastic about joining Rio in his soccer endeavors. He wanted to live a lazy and carefree life, and stated soccer was too much of a hassle if you had to work hard at it. This did not deter Rio because his resolve was strong and he would not let the genius slip away from him. He began to try to coerce Nagi into joining him. This started with picking him up in his limousine and giving him a ride to school. While many girls attempted to talk to him, he brushed them off in favor of Nagi. Entering the school, Nagi says he wished he had the easy life Rio had, but Rio says that that's why he hated it. He explained that's what prompted his dream of winning the World Cup. But during his explanation, Nagi attempts to run away. They was very close to each other and Rio was Nagi's first friend. But this don't stay for long. Their friendship seemed amazing, but now they've gone their separate ways. His zodiac sign is Taurus. His hometown is Kanagawa. He started playing football at the age of 17. He doesn't have a favorite football player since he doesn't know any of them. His favorite food is lemon tea. His least favorite food is crab, because it's a pain to get the meat out of the shell. His favorite season is spring. If he received 100 million yen, he would use it to cover all his living expenses so that he doesn't need to work. He can trap multiple things, even those unrelated to soccer, like Burrow's shoes. He lives alone, his parents travel a lot, but he has a friend-like relationship with them. He gets 8.5 hours of sleep each night. His favorite color is gray. He spends his days off lazing around playing mobile games, watching videos, and reading manga. He owns a cactus named Choki. He named the cactus because it was shaped like a scissor, which reminded him of the game Rock, Paper, Scissors. He thinks the best thing to have with rice is anything, because he doesn't want to have to think about it.